this is Sid here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing some videos about my acting career. So if that sounds interesting to you, then please stay tuned and stick around. And without further ado, let's get started, shall we? So first of all, I know I just said like acting career, quote unquote. I am not an actual actor. I just said it because like it's one of my hobbies and passions, and like it's a thing that I really love to do. I of course am a student, so I am like still in school right now. So I don't have like an actual job or anything, but in addition to writing and drawing, I also just love acting. So I guess you could say that I'm just like a really creative person because I love all of these like artistic things that you can do to like express yourself and your inner feelings. Whenever I get up on stage, I just feel like a much freer version of myself, you know? Like I'm just free to do whatever I want and just like be happy and enthusiastic and just like give everything my all and just put so much like life and joy into my character. So that's one of the main reasons why I like acting. But yeah, basically, if you've seen my other videos, if you are a super fan and you've stuck around for a lot of the time, you will have seen that I have done Matilda and Radium Girls in the span of these past few months. Starting in August, we started the rehearsals for Matilda, and starting in October, we started the rehearsals for Radium Girls. And I am also in Finding Nemo. I started that earlier this November, and we're going to be performing in December. But I joined Finding Nemo a little bit late because I had those two other plays going on. My theater director is just like so very nice, and she loves me so much. So she was like, "You'll be okay, Sydney. You're a really fast learner, and you have lots of experience. So I'm sure that if the others help you, you'll be able to catch up really fast." So I am so grateful and thankful and blessed that she gave me that opportunity to join in late. But yeah, today I'm going to be talking about Radium Girls because that is the one that I did at my school through my school's theater and drama department, and that is actually a one-act competition. So if you do not already know, one act is actually a theater competition where schools can compete against each other in a one-act play. Basically, a one-act play is just a play that does not have an intermission, so you just do the whole entire play without taking a break, and usually because of this it is shorter. It doesn't always have to be. Like Six the Musical is a one-act play, but it's like 3 hours long, so they perform for like 3 hours straight without taking a single break, which is actually pretty impressive. But our one-act play has to be underneath 1 hour. Sometimes it can be as short as like 45 minutes, but yeah, basically a few people are selected to put on the one-act play performance, and they all practice together and rehearse, and you're supposed to go down to one of the main cities in the state and perform at a regional competition, and then if you do well enough at the regional competition, then you can go and perform at the statewide competition. So this was actually my first year doing the one-act play because I had not been old enough to do it previously, because you have to be like a certain age. Obviously, I'm not gonna say, but you can probably just take a guess based on the sound of my voice. But yeah, you had to be a certain age to be in the one-act play competition, so this was actually my first time doing it. And honestly, I made a post about it earlier, but I took it down because I got a little bit too feisty on it, and I'm gonna try not to get feisty in this video. I think I've simmered down a bit because it's been a while since we actually did the performances. Since we did the performances on like November 12th, and it's like November 28th, me filming this video, it's like Thanksgiving. But yeah, it's been a while since we did the performances, so I've simmered down a bit, thank God, because I was like absolutely fuming during that time. But basically what happened was our team, because you know, like I am not a team player, you know, like I like doing things by myself. Like whenever we do a project at school, I always ask the teacher, I'm like, can I please do it by myself? And like, since I'm a really good student and I make really good grades, and I don't typically like bother the teacher or like disturb the class or anything, usually the teacher will let me do it by myself. But like, yeah, I work alone most of the time. I'm a lone wolf, so yeah, I do get kind of lonely, but I like the peace of mind being able to just do things freely the way that I want to. That's why I like doing art, you know. Art is like a solo person thing. Like you don't do a teamwork art project project where like multiple people work on the same thing. At least I don't do that. And then writing typically is like a one-person thing because like only one person can be writing at once. I guess you could theoretically do like a co-writing thing, but I mean, I just would not be into that. And of course, YouTube videos is also like a one-person type deal because I mean, one person's making the videos, one person's editing them, one person's doing all the stuff. Unless you're like Mr. Beast and you have like a whole entire team of 20 people to do the work for you. But yeah, basically acting is not a one-person thing unless you want to put on a one-person show, which I mean, I would love to do, but that unfortunately is not the case. So you do have to cooperate with other people. So even if you do your parts and you know it really, really well, like I study my lines. I have really, really good memory skills. Like I can memorize stuff almost instantly and to remember it for like a really, really long time. So I am really good at memorizing my lines. And I also just have like this whole entire enthusiastic demeanor and I'm just really good like on stage and stuff. But like if the other people in the cast like aren't doing that, if they're not putting in the work or the time or the effort or the energy and they don't memorize it and they're just not doing their part, like there's really nothing that you can do at that point, you know, like it's out of your control. You can't force someone to do it right. So yeah, I basically was just like really, really upset for a long time because we were not able to go to the one act play competition because we were not ready because our people were just like not doing their stuff. So I was really, really mad. I made a whole post about like how I was so upset and all of that great stuff. I've calmed down now because I mean, I understand like stuff happens sometimes. It's just the way of life, but I've never had to like not put on a show before because you know, like the phrase is always like the show must go on, but like our theater director, he was like, no, you physically cannot do this show because you are just not ready. So yeah, that made me really, really upset, but at the same time, I'm glad that we did that because I would rather have done that than to go in it and just like embarrass ourselves, you know, because I mean, that would obviously be like really, really bad. But yeah, basically we did the one act play, but we didn't do it for the competition. We just did like a public performance on November 12th and November 13th. And yeah, basically like our families got to come and watch because our families wouldn't have been able to go watch if it was at the one act play competition. So I thought that was really, really nice because I mean, my family is really, really good. They always come and support me no matter what I decide to do. So yeah, but yeah, that was basically it for my one act story. I also did Matilda. That was a lot like better and more fun for me, so I'll be talking about that later. But basically this was just Radium Girls, and if you're interested in like what the play is about as opposed to just like my experience, basically I'll read you a little summary that I found about mine and then I'll just like say it in simpler words because I mean, we always love the simple definitions, am I right? So here's the summary that I found online. In 1926, radium was a miracle cure. Madame Curie was an international celebrity, and luminous watches the latest rage, until the girls who painted them began to mysteriously fall ill with a strange new disease. Inspired by a true story, Radium Girls traces the efforts of Grace Fryer, a dial painter, as she fights her way into court. Her chief adversary is her former employer, Arthur Roeder, an idealistic man who cannot bring himself to believe that the same exact element that is shrinking tumors and curing cancer has anything to do with this terrifying rash of illnesses among his employees. As the case goes on, however, Grace finds herself battling not only just the U.S. Radium Corporation, but also her own family and friends, who fear that her campaign for justice will backfire. Written with warmth and humor, Radium Girls is a fast-moving, highly theatrical ensemble piece with more than 30 parts, including friends, co-workers, lovers, relatives, attorneys, scientists, consumer advocates, and interested bystanders. Called a powerful and engrossing drama by critics, Radium Girls offers an unflinching look at the peculiar American obsessions with health, wealth, and the commercialization of science. So basically, if you did not understand any of that, because I mean it was kind of confusing, that was just like the one that I found online. Basically, there's this girl, her name is Grace Fryer. She of course is the one that I drew in the picture. She is a worker at the U.S. Radium Corporation, and basically they have these watches that they paint with luminous paint because they want the watches to like glow in the dark, you know? But this paint is made out of radium, and little do they know that radium is actually poisonous. So they tell these girls to like put the brushes in their mouth to like lick the paint off so that they can have like a sharp point on their brush and like make the most use out of their brushes. But while they're doing this, they're like consuming tons of paint, and it has all this like radioactive poison in it, and basically they all just like end up getting really sick and like dying. So it's this one girl who's like fighting for justice, and she does like end up dying at the end. I'm sorry if that's like a spoiler, but probably no one really cares about this. But yeah, it's like a very tragic thing, but that has like lots of like emotion and stuff in it. I kind of found it boring because I mean like it's more historical than like the stuff that I'm used to, which is like Seussical or like Matilda, where it's like really like funny and all that great stuff. But yeah, if you're into like historical fiction or something like that, or maybe just history in general, because I mean it said it was like a real life story. If you're into like history, then you might want to check out this play, because I think you might enjoy it. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to like and subscribe to stay tuned and stick around for more. And once again, please stay for my Matilda videos, which will be coming out soon. I have part 1 Matilda video and part 2 Matilda video. So if those sound interesting to you, then please make sure to stay tuned and stick around, because you will not want to miss out. Clicking the like button and the subscribe button always help me out so much, and I really appreciate it, because those help to boost my YouTube channel into the algorithm, which is always so amazing because it helps other people see my artwork, which I always really appreciate because I love getting to share my artwork with the artist community. It also helps you because you will never miss out on a single one of my uploads, and you will get notified every single time that I post a new video, which is actually very frequently, because I post long form videos multiple times every single week, and I post short form videos multiple times every single day. So I will almost always have something fun and interesting for you to watch, and you'll never be bored. Unless it's times like these and I've had lots of plays going on, because rehearsals and practices, you know, those consume lots of my time, so sometimes I do run out of videos, but for the most part I have videos almost daily, which is what it says on my channel banner up there to hold me accountable. But yeah, if you want to take your support a step further, then please click the links in the description box down below. This will take you to my Instagram page, my Pinterest page, my Roblox page, and my NaNoWriMo page. I have a lot less followers on there than I do on some of my other platforms, so each and every one of you would mean so much to me. But yeah, I hope y'all guys all have a great rest of your day and fall and autumn season. I will see you in the next video. Always remember that I love you, and goodbye. Eat more waffles.